Hello and welcome to this series of videos. In this video, I would like to share with you some tips, some practical tips that will help you to do well in Delta Module 1, Paper 1, Task 5. I will not lie, this is one of my favorite tasks and not only mine. This is the task that helps you to gain 50 marks. And it means that if you do well in this task, you can gain enough marks for a pass. Isn't it amazing? I wouldn't say it's the easiest task, but if you understand the logic behind it, you have all chances to do well. And those people who asked me for a recommendation and listened to my advice and started with task 5, they gained good score, and as the result, they were happy with the overall score because it was either a pass or a pass with merit. You need to demonstrate good command of the form, the use, the meaning, and the pronunciation of the language which is provided in the extracts. And in part A, B, C, and D, you're expected to demonstrate your knowledge based on the rubric that you can see. So please read the rubric carefully and write in your answer what you are asked. Tip number 1. Don't waste a lot of time on A. Task 5A is quite time consuming. Mention those features with examples that you can and then go to task B, because task A can give you only 4 marks and the upcoming B, C and D can give you much more. So don't waste your time and please proceed to task B. In task B, be careful with how many problems you mention, because only the first 3 can be credited with a mark. And if you write a list of 10, it means that only the first 3 will be considered. In task 5, it's important to read the rubric. It's important to read an instruction and understand what you are asked. Don't do what you are not asked, because you will not gain the mark you want. You need to respond to what you are asked, and for that, read carefully the instruction. That will be tip number 3. Please respect the rubric. If you are not asked to provide the use of the language, don't do that. Tip number 4. Don't be afraid to mention something what is obvious. Tip number 5. Be precise and specific in your answer. Don't write a lot, mention everything what matters and go further. Don't waste your time, because in this task you are expected to write quite a lot. Another tip will be to care about the spelling. Here, spelling matters a lot. You need to be very careful with your spelling, because if there is a mistake in the spelling, then you can miss the mark. And probably the final tip from me would be to come to this task as soon as you can. You can walk through task 1 and task 2 and see what you know, then task 3 and 4 to understand what is required, and then go directly to task 5 and dedicate enough time to that, because the analysis of the language takes time. And in order to mention everything, you need to dedicate enough time. It takes approximately 45 to 50 minutes. Some people spend less time. But in general, 45 minutes, that's something what you can aim for. If you see that you sit with this task for longer than 45 minutes, then you need to stop at some point and go back to task 1, 2, 3, and 4, where you can gain the marks. Here you're expected to write a lot. 1 mark is provided for each point correctly made. For those of you who would like to prepare and deep dive into each particular task, just before the exam, I will organize the workshop that will take place on December the 2nd. You're more than welcome. You can see more details how to register in the description to this video. I wish you good luck and see you in upcoming videos. Bye!